Hey, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Tropical NHL back at it again for a brand new YouTube video. And today we're back here to talk about the Montreal Canadiens. And today we're going to be talking about the Habs player that probably have been the favorite player of a lot of people during their childhood in this channel and during their lifetime, actually. And we're going to be talking about Carey Price. We haven't made an update talking about Carey Price in a very long time, and he was at the golf tournament yesterday. He was there. He said some interesting things here and there. So yes, we're going to be talking about Carey Price today. We're going to rectify a situation. I'm going to talk about what do I think is going to happen next for Carey Price in the future. But before getting into that, like usual, I invite you guys to subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying to get the 5K subscribers before the start of this season, so if you could help me out with that, it would be amazing, as well as the like button. And try and get 100 likes on this video, that would be perfect. So yes, Carey Price, let's get right into the main subject of the video. Roll the intro. So yes, Carey Price hasn't played a game since the last game of the 2021-2022 season, where the Montreal Canadiens won against the Florida Panthers 10-1. It was absolutely a crazy game. Cole Caulfield got his first hat trick that night, and this was most likely, for me, in my opinion, Carey Price's last game in the National Hockey League and for the Montreal Canadiens. And I know a lot of people still desire that Carey Price might come back. Some people are still hopeful, but it's not looking too good, to be honest. Carey Price is really unlikely to come back. And like I said, there's a lot of people that still do believe that Carey Price will come back eventually. I see a lot of comments of people saying, oh, once Carey Price will come back, we're gonna be good. And I also receive some Twitter DMs sometimes of people sending me their lineups for a couple of years from now, from 2024, 2025, 2026. And most of the time, Carey Price is in those lineups. And I'm just like, bro, the chance that Carey Price is able to come back to even play one game are really, really slight. Like, it's practically impossible for Carey Price to come back for even only one period of hockey. It's not gonna happen. Carey Price is not coming back. His career is most likely over. He's injured. His knee is completely effed up. His knee is effed up. And for people to think that he might come back, like, I get it. The Canadiens would be competitive as soon as right now with an healthy Carey Price in their lineup. You take Carey Price, you put it in the lineup that we have right now, we're making the playoffs, and would probably be able to push for a Stanley Cup in those playoffs. Because when you look at the teams that Carey Price made it all the way through the Eastern Conference Final and even the Stanley Cup, the team that we have right now is better. The team that we have right now offensively is better. Carey Price never had Nick Suzuki's. Carey Price never had Cole Caulfield and players like that. He never had that offensive power. He never had that. So having a prime healthy Carey Price in the lineup right now would make the Canadiens automatic contenders, in my opinion. So yes, I can get why some people are hoping for him to maybe come back at some point, but it's just not gonna happen. It's just not going to happen. It started back when Chris Kreider fell into Carey Price in the Eastern Conference Final in 2014. That's when the first knee injury happened, and then he got a couple more in the years that came after. He got a knee injury back. It was in 2017, 2018, I think, the season where Montreal Canadiens drafted Kotkaniemi. Carey Price got a second huge knee injury that year. He missed practically the entirety of that season. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. And then during the playoff push where the Montreal Canadiens made it all the way through the Stanley Cup final, Carey Price struggled with his knee The injury got it to a whole other level. He got another injury to that same knee. And that's one of the reasons on why he wasn't as good in the Stanley Cup final that he was in the first couple of rounds of the playoffs. So that Chris Kreider incident might have prevented Carey Price from getting 2 Stanley Cups, which is kind of crazy. So, yes, I get why people want him to come back, but it's not going to happen. And he talked about it yesterday. He said, and I quote, "I feel ready to go at camp and make the team, but the problem is my knee. I played a softball tournament and my knee was swelled for 2 weeks straight." So he played a softball tournament, an amateur softball tournament, and his knee was swelling for 2 weeks straight. So can you imagine him playing at the highest level in one of the most difficult sport for the body in hockey, in one of the most difficult position in the game at the professional level? It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Carey Price is not coming back. He is not coming back. I'm practically sure he wants to come back, but his knee is preventing him to do so. Carey Price's knee is done. He's able to walk. He's able to do things normally in his life, play with his kids, do the groceries and all of that. There's no problem. But as soon as he practices a sport, the knee's swelling. That's how it is. There might be a way to fix this, but at his age, is it worth it to try and get a surgery done to fix that problem when he has what, a couple of years left in him? He's 35. He's gonna be 36. I think it's time for him to think about his future, think about his old days, and just take care of himself. Like, we all want him to come back, but realistically, when you look at it logically, it's not going to happen. Carey Price is done. His career is over. And it sucks because I wanted him to see him lift the Stanley Cup. And when you look back at the clips of him crying when the Tampa Bay Lightning lifted the Stanley Cup, it breaks my heart. It's even worse now that we know that it probably was his last chance to realize his dream and lift the Stanley Cup for the Canadiens. That's crazy. Crazy to think about. It sucks. And yeah, Carey Price really unlikely to come back. And I'm going to make things even worse for you guys. I think that since he has still a couple of years left on his contract, it's a really, really heavy cap hit. I feel like Carey Price's contract is most likely going to get traded in the coming years. So yeah, in a couple of years from now, in a couple of months, maybe 12 to 18 months, I feel like Carey Price is not going to be a Montreal Canadiens anymore. He's going to get traded. His contract is going to get traded because it's a heavy contract for the team. He can place it on LTIR, but it's not ideal. It's not ideal. They're going to be trying to be competitive. It's going to be hard to manage with the LTIR, with all of that. So it's going to be easier for Cantus to just try and trade that contract away into a team that has more leverage to manage that contract with the LTIR, with the LTI, all of that. So yes, I think that Carey Price is most likely going to get this contract traded away in the next 12 to 18 months. And yes, he's not going to be coming back. So it's the second player that happens for us after Shea Weber, and it really, really sucks. So sorry to disappoint a lot of you guys, but Carey Price is not coming back. It's making me really, really sad. And yeah, let me know what you guys all think about this in the comments below. It's been your boy, Tropical NHL. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see y'all later for another video. Have a nice rest of your day, and bye-bye.